And welcome to Studio 5. This week, we're paying a visit to the set of The Chosen for an advanced look at the series' Christmas special. We're sharing the latest film from the Marvel Universe, and we're exploring friendship in the film Ron's Gone Wrong. So before we get to any of that, let's get this show started with the weekly countdown of the 5 stories from the world of uplifting entertainment. Here are the first 2. At number 5, To Infinity and Beyond.
GNC, go. Fido, go. Guide, go, Bud.
Cabin pressurization is underway.
As we prepare for ignition.
Flight recorders are on. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Pixar announces a new Toy Story prequel with the origin story for astronaut and action figure Buzz Lightyear. It stars Chris Evans and is in theaters next summer.
To Infinity.
And
At number 4.
Kindness is.
What?
Kindness is free.
Fans of the late Michael Landon's hit series Highway to Heaven get a chance to see the show in a new way, in a movie remake, coming to Lifetime this Saturday, November 6th.
Tell me about your mom. You don't know anything about her. Losing a parent is hard.
This time, Jill Scott plays the lead role.
I am not like anybody else. I'm an angel. I can see and do things that other people can't do.
Alongside Barry Watson.
You know we only need a temporary guidance counselor, right?
A few weeks in one place can be enough to change a life. I could start today.
Welcome to the Daily Team.
Watching the original series at a young age, you know, it was kind of like must-watch TV, I think, at the time. And also being familiar with Michael Landon, watching like reruns of Bonanza, you know, Little House on the Prairie. You know, I mean, Michael Landon was such a huge part of my childhood, and in a positive way.
Well, now that we've begun the countdown, we want to turn to The Chosen, the world's #1 crowd-funded series. And it's celebrating yet another first, a Christmas movie on the birth of Jesus. Tickets are on sale now for Christmas with The Chosen, The Messengers. It is the first of the series to go to the big screen, and the director, Dallas Jenkins, invited Studio 5 to the set of the production to witness some of the amazing musical performances, and he's sitting down with us for this exclusive preview.
Do you know where Luke is? I didn't tell him everything.
I feel like The Chosen began with Christmas. so are you obligated to honor Christmas every year?
I think that is a part of it. A few people have asked me, why are you doing a Christmas special? And I said, because that's what birthed The Chosen.
Joseph, we can't keep looking. He's coming.
And I love the story so much. It's my favorite time of year. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. And when we've got these artists and musicians who love the show and want to celebrate Jesus as well, and I think our fans, after they watch a season, they want to celebrate, they want to worship, they love and know Jesus more. So now what? And Christmas seems like this perfect opportunity for them to not only celebrate the story, but to bring friends.
Are you seeing this?
It's time.
This Christmas finale special that's happening, tell us about it. What's new about it? What's going to happen?
Yeah, well, we're bringing back some of the artists from last year. We've got some new artists. The music is extraordinary. I can't wait for it myself. I'm going to be worshiping my face off when it comes out. But the thing that really is exciting is we're doing a brand new episode of The Chosen.
Remember what your messenger said. The first thing.
The opportunity to tell the Christmas story again from a different perspective, from Mary and Joseph's perspective. People are going to see the reality of the birth of Christ with the manure, with the smells, with this teenage girl who was scared to death, and her husband who was also scared to death, but who were trying to honor what God asked of them. And I think that's a part of the story that we haven't always heard before, and so that's what I think is going to be really exciting about the special.
Don't be afraid.
That Jesus Christ is
People must know.
What have these last few years been like?
Honestly, I haven't even had a chance to stop and think about it, really. I know that at each stage of The Chosen, I have tried desperately to remain surrendered. So watching the show grow, one of the cool things about it is it'd be like if the boy who provided the loaves and fish at the feeding of the 5,000 went home to his parents and said, "I fed 5,000 people today, Mom." That would be ludicrous. He'd be like, "I provided 5 loaves and 2 fish, and oh my gosh, Jesus did something crazy and multiplied them."
You are going to do 7 seasons? Is that?
7 seasons. We decided that last year. We know exactly how we're going to end it, and we've worked our way backwards. So 7 seasons seems like a nice number.
Do you have a favorite episode to date?
I do. Yeah, that's a good question. I think episode 4 of season 1 still remains, I think, the episode that means the most to me. And I think not only is it one of my favorites because of how the scene turned out. I remember the music, when I first heard the music from the composer, it was so different than what I expected. But also the filming of that scene just took so many miracles. So that was the climax of the first 4 episodes, which was how The Chosen was originally released. So there's always going to be a special place in my heart for episode 4 of season 1.
People love this. I mean, from the artists who are here today to anyone I meet and encounter who thinks I haven't seen The Chosen yet. What does that do to you? Why do you think they're gravitating toward it so?
I think what people are responding to the most with the show is what I'm responding to the most as I explore Jesus to make the show, which is his humanity. I believe Jesus was God and man. I don't ever want to detract from the fact that he did miracles and that he was the Son of God and that he is the Messiah. But when you focus on the fact that Jesus joked with his friends, that he danced at a wedding, that he dressed his wound, that he spoke with children, that he loved his mom, that his first miracle at the wedding was a favor for his friends because his mom asked him to. When you realize that the creator of the universe dwelt among us, which is Emmanuel, God with us, which is one of the reasons why I love Christmas so much. Emmanuel, God with us. I think that notion that God was with us as a man is what people seem to be responding to the most.
The Chosen's Christmas special will open in more than 1,500 theaters across the nation December 1st. Details on tickets and locations can be found at fathomevents.com. And in the weeks ahead, right here on Studio 5, we've got exclusive interviews with some of those musical acts, including Maverick City Music, Jordan Feliz, and Phil Wickham, as well as much more.
Still ahead. Exploring the latest from Marvel's cinematic universe.
I've directed some things too.
At number 3.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has 13 new members, among them Tina Turner, Jay-Z, Foo Fighters, The Go-Go's, Carole King, and Todd Rundgren, all formally inducted Saturday night in Cleveland.
At number 2.
This began as a journey to get into the best shape of my life.
I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks.
But mentally, I was somewhere else.
I'm done.
And I ended up discovering a whole lot of hidden things about myself.
A preview of Will Smith's docuseries The Best Shape of My Life reveals the changes run deeper than physical weight loss.
I'm writing my book, and it's like exposing my life and so many things that people don't know about me. That was the only time in my life that I ever considered suicide.
Fans can learn why when the YouTube original series is released Monday, November 8th.
What you've come to understand as Will Smith, the alien annihilating MC, the bigger-than-life movie star, is largely a construction, a carefully crafted and honed character designed to protect myself, to hide myself from the world, to hide the coward.
The #1 story in this week's countdown is coming up in just a little bit. Eternals is the latest film from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has an all-star cast, including Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek, and Harry Styles. Take a look.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
Pictures up. After we finished the Infinity Saga, we had a number of ideas for Phase 4 and where we wanted to go. And there was one filmmaker that could bring that to the screen, the humanity and the scale and the epic nature of that, and it's Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao.
Good.
Eternals explores the very creation of the Marvel Universe itself.
The film also deals very much with the aftermath of Avengers 4 and the state the world is in.
5 of the Eternals are more of the thinkers, and the other 5 are the stronger fighters. Cersei, she has the power to manipulate matter.
Icarus is the loyal soldier.
Dad, that's Superman with the cape, and you're shooting laser beams out of your eyes.
Bastards can assemble anything out of any kind of technology.
There were more deviants than you said.
Well, I'm sure that was fun for you.
Athena, she's the goddess of war. She can manifest different weapons.
Gilgamesh, he's a protector. His specialty is a strong punch.
This is Makari. None of us have seen her for centuries.
Sprite can create illusions. She's really sarcastic, especially with Kingo.
I would say Kingo is a little self-involved.
Kingo, the movie star. I've directed some things too.
Drago. He's mind control. He stands up for what he believes in and that there shouldn't be violence.
And then there is Ajax. She's kind of the leader of the Eternals. Her power is healing.
The Eternals are these remarkably superpowered characters, but also a dysfunctional family unit.
This is what the end of the world looks like. At least we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
The person to bring that together was Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao.
We go on these emotional journeys with these Eternals to figure out who they are and what it means to be human.
Her vision is so clear.
It's not the typical place. It's not the typical shots. It's not the typical cast.
Everybody looks different. Everybody sounds different.
A lot of people are going to see themselves as superheroes for the first time. Really is an epic global film. The scope and the scale of it is huge.
These superheroes reflect the world we live in.
Everybody is unique and special.
I think Eternals is the most epic movie that Marvel has done. And I really, really mean that. They're really gonna see a movie unlike any they've ever seen before.
It's so exciting to be part of something that really feels new.
The impact that Eternals will have on the MCU will be nothing less than redefining the cinematic universe entirely.
Eternals is in theaters this Friday. That is November 5th. This is one of our favorite moments in the show. It's time for us to share this week's story in photographs. Here's your Studio 5 snapshot.
It's a triumphant sports drama, and it's returning to theaters for one night, November 11th. These are images from Rocky vs. Drago, the ultimate director's cut. 35 years later, director, writer, and star Sylvester Stallone has managed to reshape the film with some 40 minutes of never-before-seen footage. Critics say the fight scenes are more intense, the music is more powerful, and the drama is even more dramatic. This look at Rocky Balboa defending his title once again is this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Coming up next.
I am Marty Beebot. I live in the shed. I am Thor making friends.
It's a movie with a message about young friendship and technology.
Beebots are incapable of violence.
We have an up-close look at Ron's Gone Wrong.
And welcome back to Studio 5. Audiences have said that Ron's Gone Wrong is a family film, and it's fun as well as timely, with a message that's worth talking about after the credits roll. So we thought it was worth taking a moment to share this with you in case you missed it.
Imagine a device that is the fastest, most advanced, complex piece of technology in the world. But what if it wasn't just a device? What if it was your new best friend?
Hi. I am Barney's Bebop. I live in the shed. I am 4 making friends.
I am sharing Barney's breakfast. Do you like it? How about you? Would you like to comment on this picture, old woman? Barney likes rocks, asthma inhalers, and his grandmother's food. Will you come to my secret shed and like him?
What if you could have one perfect friend?
Hi, I'm your best friend out of the box.
Hi, I'm Jack Dylan Grazer, and I play Barney.
And I'm Zach Galifianakis, and I play Ron in the new movie Ron's Gone Wrong.
The Bebot, there's something wrong with it. I fix it.
Ron was designed for connection in this modern world.
Fight me! You need a stick.
Is this one good? Let me hurt you.
That's way too big.
When the bot gets damaged, things get glitchy fast.
Always charge up your device, especially if he's your best friend. All Barney wants us to fit in.
Luckily, these two unlikely pals will teach each other the true meaning of friendship if they don't get deleted or crushed first. We'll go to the crusher together.
No, crushing is not fun.
Are we having fun with me?
Hey, buddy, how's the Bebop?
Both of you, hands where I can see them.
Maybe turn it off and on again.
Ron's Gone Wrong is available right now. As we prepare to take another quick break right here, we want to share the final story in this week's countdown of the 5 best finds in uplifting entertainment. Here's what's finishing on top this week.
At number 1.
Clifford?
We're catching up with Clifford. Hi, Clifford. Don't be shy. We're just excited to talk to you today about your new movie. Can you come in just a little closer?
Clifford, put him down. Drop the ball.
And counting down to his big screen movie release next week.
Action.
Well, first, for his incredible service.
Actor and Regent University grad Tony Hale plays a bit of a villain in this film.
Clifford was created 1963. I was born in 1970. So, I feel like Clifford was always around.
What's the bigger story you think this particular film tells?
Mr. Purple, how big is he gonna get?
Well, that depends, doesn't it?
On what?
On how much you love him.
Emily loves the dog, and it's the love that makes the dog grow. And I just feel like, man, in today's world, there's so much divisiveness. There's so much social media, like judgment and criticism. And the more that we can kind of celebrate the differences of others, the more that we can have empathy, the more that we can listen, the more we can cross the aisle and begin to have discussions and celebrate things. I think that is where growth is going to happen.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Music is one of our favorite things to share here in Studio 5, and this week's soundtrack is something new from the one and only Alicia Keys. Take a listen and see why Best of Me is what's playing in my ear this week. Well, on that musical note, we are almost at the end of this week's edition of Studio 5. So let's take a quick moment and look ahead to see what we're working to bring you come next week.
If you're a fan of fun,
Our new game show is the real deal.
It's an all-new game show with a familiar face in the host seat.
Hello. I'm Ahmad Rashad, and welcome to Tug of Words.
He stops by Studio 5 to take us inside the fun.
The fast-paced, team-based word game where every letter's in play.
Hack.
Until winning is only a word away.
Tug of Words comes to us, and we're sharing it with you.
So I'm not going to ask smart. I didn't know what it was. Archivist.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we preserve people's stories and help others connect to it.
That's coming up next week. As for today's show, we have one final word to share, and it's from the creator and director of The Chosen series, Dallas Jenkins. So let's head back to Utah to the set of The Chosen for that final word.
What Bible story are you most excited or looking to tell right now? What are you what's...
Well, season 3 features the feeding of the 5,000, and that's the story that God brought my wife and me to during the biggest low point of my life after the failure of my movie, brought me to the feeding of the 5,000 story. And when I was at my lowest, and when I was licking my wounds and devastated because my movie had failed at the box office, God told someone to tell me, it's not your job to feed the 5,000, it's only to provide the loaves and fish. And that truth changed my life. And so I have a special, very special affinity in my heart for that story. It's the name of our production company, Loaves and Fishes. The logo is the Hebrew 5 and 2. So we finally get a chance to tell that story in this season, and we're gonna have 5,000 extras come out this time around. So I'm looking forward to that.
Dallas Jenkins, thank you. That is a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.